Hi everyone, welcome. In today's video, we are doing an experiment with eggshell and vinegar. Eggshell is made up of calcium carbonate and vinegar contains acetic acid. So let us see what happens when acetic acid is coming in contact with eggshell. So here I have taken an egg with eggshell in a bowl and this is going to be added with vinegar. So let us observe what happens when vinegar is coming into contact with eggshell. So as you can see, this vinegar has come into contact with eggshell, and the moment they have come into contact with each other, you can see some bubbles are evolving from the surface of the egg. If you observe closely, you can see bubbles are evolving, and these bubbles are those of carbon dioxide gas, because eggshell is made up of calcium carbonate, and from calcium carbonate the only possible gas that could be evolving is carbon dioxide. Now this evolution of carbon dioxide gas will continue until the entire calcium carbonate surface, that is eggshell, is completely disintegrated. So this experiment I had already carried out the last night, and this is how it looks like. I mean, once this entire reaction is over, this egg would be almost looking like this, and the entire surface or the eggshell has disintegrated, and now as you can see the egg has become jelly like, because when I press on the membrane, which means the entire eggshell has disintegrated and the membrane within is now present. So I can now press gently the membrane, and this indicates that the membrane, I mean the eggshell, has completely disintegrated. So this was accomplished in a period of overnight time. Now coming back to our experiment, now you can see the amount of bubbles has increased. Now this evolution will continue. Now let us analyze this reaction or this experiment chemically. So for this I have already written the chemical equation. So let us take a look into the chemical equation involved in this experiment. So as you can see here, calcium carbonate is taken and it is coming into contact with acetic acid, which is CH3COOH. Now this reaction involves reaction between calcium carbonate and acetic acid, which means eggshell and acetic acid. And calcium carbonate is a mild base, acetic acid is a weak acid. So reaction between base and acid is a neutralization reaction where your salt and water will be formed. Since this base is a mild base, which is a carbonate kind of base, there's an additional product of carbon dioxide which we had been talking about. Okay, now also in this reaction, this cation in the salt, there is one cation and one anion. Cation is always coming from cation is always coming from base and anion is always coming from acid. So how will you remember this? Anion A, acid A. So anion comes from acid, so cation will be automatically coming from base. Using this logic, your salt has calcium as cation here, which is coming from base, which is calcium carbonate, and acetate anion is coming from acetic acid, and carbon dioxide is evolving as a gas, which is represented using upward arrow. So this is the reaction between calcium carbonate and acetic acid. So that's all about today's video. Thank you.